Good evening and welcome back to HobbyMaker. My name is Nigel May. Pleasure to be with you on this Saturday evening, especially when I get to spend it with the nicest crafty people. Look who's here. The fabulous Nikki Hall is here, which is lovely. Always a joy with her amazing glasses and her amazing talent and her amazing product. We have got so much on this show. So literally shop ahead, go onto the website, tell them guys, all the W's what? HobbyMaker.com. That's the one, HobbyMaker.com, and put things in your basket. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. I'm just going to say, we have got a little Mother's Day basket opener for you. $11.99, no. Let's get this down to a Mother's Day one-time only special price of $3.99. When this is gone, this is gone. And if you're thinking, hang on a minute, it's like, hang on a minute, it's like it's Mother's Day tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to make things for Mother's Day with this. Let's just say, A, it comes around every year, but also, Nikki, this is just for any occasion where you want to send something to your mum, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's a little, if we've got time, I'd like to, put a little mini demo into this, because it's not just...
With the stock
yeah. Basically, this is here, because we did this quite a while ago. We made this quite a while ago, and then we moved premises, and we forgot we had it. So, and we've got to make room in the warehouse. So literally, I don't think this has ever been on air, ever before. And I know we're a bit late for tomorrow, but this could be for mum, it's just a mum stamp. And you can combine all these sentiments are separate, so you can make your own message. But the whole idea of this is that you can build like little flowers. That's not particularly a good example. I was literally doing that for 2 minutes before we came on air.
But look at all the bits that you've got. I mean, literally, you could get what you like. That's the great thing.
It's about, the whole way that I designed this was that the flowers embellish the words, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So it's a lovely little set that's very simple. You're going to be able to create really beautiful, kind of almost calligraphic effects.
Have you seen the board?
Oh my goodness! Well done everyone, because it's just almost like a giveaway, really.
Half the stock is gone. It is your little basket opener. Literally, get that in your basket. $3.99. I mean, I know Mother's Day is tomorrow, but that's our little Mother's Day treat to you for every day, because every day should be Mother's Day. Celebrate the mums out there each and every day, quite frankly. You've got all of those stamps. How many stamps are in there, Nikki? Do we know? 26 stamps in there for $3.99.
And it's not just about mum, because you can use the flowers on their own.
Yes.
They're going to make really cute. I would make a little wreath with it and put the word in the middle.
You've got worker stamps.
They are worker stamps.
They are worker stamps.
And they're the kind of stamps that Polkadoodles are really well known for. It's kind of what we do a lot is, give you those worker stamps, the builders that are really versatile. You've got some really nice foliage. I'd forgotten how lovely that is until I was just using it, and I was kind of like, oh,
well, we're glad you found it. We're glad you brought it, and everybody out there, you're glad you're getting it, aren't you? It's in your basket right now. UB3835 is your item code. Limited stock on that one. We are looking at a sellout on that mega deal, because it is a mega deal of a price. Right, let's go into Nikki's tool section, because I'm going to say this right now. When it comes to crafty tools, nobody does it better. You do some great tools.
We do have some good tools.
This is so exciting. Now, look, in the packet, it looks intriguing, doesn't it? The Easy Lift Magnetic Wand. Release craft dies the easy way. Now, you might be thinking, how does this work? OK, Nikki, you've got yours out and ready to go. What do we do with this?
OK, so this came about because over the years, I've openly said I wasn't a fan of cutting with dies. Not dies. I love dies. They're fantastic products. When dies came out, it was a revolution in crafts.
It was.
But for me personally, I have always not struggled to use them, but I haven't particularly enjoyed it because I have very flaky, brittle, well, they're either brittle or the soft nails that split all the time. That's why I always have short nails. I can't have long nails.
Well, I'm going to say right here, right now, this pickup tool selection, these magnetic die cutting wands, are manicure friendly.
They are.
They are so nail friendly.
And that's why I kind of brought this, because all you're going to do, you're going to get two little wands. This is it. It's very simple. They've got magnets on each end, so you've got a little small one at this end, but the one you want to use is this one. Now, these are really super strong. It's actually repelling itself, because these are neodymium magnets. So basically, you only need one, but I gave you two because you're going to probably lose one at some point. But I find that I use both together a lot anyway. So when you're using your dies, that's all you need to do. So you just literally, what I do is to
So
put it back
instead
down.
of having to be...
Yeah, it's
picking it up
horrible.
with
It
your
goes
nails.
through
I
me.
agree,
I don't
yeah.
like it. I don't like the sensation.
I've chipped many a nail on dies.
And I've had so many people say, this is just the best thing, because if you're at home and you're spending a manicure, I don't get my nails manicured because they're terrible. But I know it's like probably upwards of £30 a time,
Well,
and you have to go every couple of weeks.
She's in the next hour. She's always got lovely nails,
Yeah,
hasn't she, Tawny?
you know, it's every 2 to 3 weeks, I think. That's a lot of money you're spending on your manicure. So this is going to save your manicure.
But also, it's about an ease of usage with this. Oh, by the way, 15% of a big stock has already gone. This is back in stock. It sold out last time. I suspect the same will happen tonight. 20% gone. We're having a busy Saturday night, which I love. If you want to go for this one, it's one of those things that's about an ease of usage. Think of all of those little itty-ditty piddly dies. You know, those ones that are like little tiny hearts, little tiny flowers, little tiny leaves, little tiny words, little tiny this, little tiny that.
Yeah, well,
those
I
are
mean,
the ones that potentially, you know, can flip off.
Yeah.
It's like these wands make it so easy to pick up. Also, do you know what I love about these? Is they're not too long. It's not like you're trying to work with chopsticks or something. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're easy to handle. They're easy to manoeuvre.
And I tested lots of different handles for this. I had about 20, 30 different options, different size magnets and everything. And this, for me, was the best one because it was usable. It wasn't going to get in the way. Now, one thing that I do quite a lot. So when you're going to, so it's not just about lifting it off your magnetic sheet, it's about just lifting it off your workspace. Now, also what I do, and I haven't brought my big machine, I haven't got my big machine here, but I've got my little mini Gemini. So what I do is I actually use them to place on there. And look, you can actually, this is why I put 2 in, because look, you can actually, this magnet at the end, this little one, because it's a bit smaller, it's less powerful. Yeah. So you can kind of release it if you need to, because sometimes it's hard to release.
Well, I was going to ask you, is that why put the 2 magnets in there? But that explains it, because sometimes you don't want that super strength of the larger magnet.
And the strongest side is obviously the side where you've got the bare magnet. But on this side with the sticker, that's less magnetic. So if you find that you can't release it and let go, use that side to hold it down. Now, it does, you know, it depends what you're doing, and it depends a bit on the die and the size of the die. But you can see I actually just manipulate it so that then I can just press it and let it go.
But
the best technique is to twist it. So if you like putting it back on your mat, I find if you just twist it, it comes off.
Sorted.
So that's like your release. Now
people multi-ordering this. Also, I'm going to say, for anybody that watches our sister channel, Sewing Street, for your soft crafters out there, needles, pins, all of those things. Also, if you've ever dropped anything in the bin or on the floor...
Which I did on Tuesday.
What did you do?
I lost my beloved pokey tool.
Ooh,
now,
Nikki.
this pokey tool, I've had this for 20 years. And it's my favourite. And I don't know what it is about it, but I've had many others over the years. None is as nice as this one. This is my one I like.
You've had that pokey tool 20 years?
Yeah.
Alex, how old are you?
What?
How old are you?
22.
22.
In fact, do you know what?
You was 2 when you got your pokey tool.
Well, do you know what? Thinking about it, I started proper paper crafting in 2000. So actually, I've had it for 25 years.
Alex is younger than the pokey tool.
Alex.
There you go. Younger than you can tell that to everybody. You're younger than a pokey tool.
But
there
just
you go.
to sort of illustrate that, Nigel, because this is a bonus.
Just to say, 35% of the stock has gone on these now. Nearly 40% of the stock has gone on these. Sold out last time. Nikki can't always get this back every time. So
Nigel.
please grab this whilst we have it.
So look, just to illustrate how strong these are, and this is a bonus feature. It wasn't designed this way. I've got a big chunky pair of scissors here. These are heavy scissors. This is what I'm like on my desk. I've got stuff everywhere. I've lost my scissors, don't know where they are. Now, this is thick cardstock.
It is.
Okay, so it's not necessarily, but look.
Oh, look at that.
Look, it picks up my scissors. So the other day, I'd actually lost my poker tool in the bin. Now, it was full, and I didn't want to go rummaging.
No, I don't blame you.
I'd been painting the
think,
MDF and everything else. But yeah, now, look, my poker tool isn't made out of,
metal.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It must be aluminium, I think. But my tweezers, which are also my favourite tweezers that I've had a long time, these I lose all the time. And it's just, it's just fab.
Do you
It
know what?
just does
You
a
are
job.
preaching to the converted because look at the board again. Patricia,
my
Kath,
goodness.
and Christine. Susan's gone for 2. Well done. Joan has gone for 2 as well. Nikki and Bedfordshire gone for 2 too. Crafter, Petra, Tina, Dorothy, you are all coming through. Well done, one and all. Right, next up for you. We've got to move on. Spongy Sponge in the house. We love the Spongy Sponge. Chris, our director today, when I said we got the sponge pack, you went, that's the grey ribbed one, isn't it? Really excitedly. Yes, it is. Why do people get so excited about the Spongy Sponge, and what does the craft Spongy Sponge do for us?
Well, it's when you see what I'm about to do next, Nigel.
Okay, this is
So,
brilliant. It's one of my favourite demos, this. I love
again,
it.
this, I kind of wanted, I'd been looking for a cloth for a really long time because everybody knows me, I'm a very messy crafter.
Oh, I will say as well, what we'll do is, because we have got the cloth as well this evening, we've got the spongy cloth. So we've got the spongy cloth and the spongy sponge. We'll put the cloth on the side of the screen and then the sponge on the other side of the screen. Get them together, honestly, because they're 2 different items, but
Yeah.
get them. Take advantage of your Cat P&P and get them, pop it in your basket, because these 2 are literally essentials. And don't think, oh, well, I just want one. Go for 2, go for 3 of these. Once you have one of these, you will want a spongy for every possible circumstance.
Well,
right.
Yeah. So, look, I've messed up my stencil here, so I've used Distress Oxide ink. This is why it's a must-have for any crafter. Now, when you get this, I need to just explain, when you get this home, it's already damp, so it's in double packaging. It's when you get it home, I want you just to rinse it under the tap. Okay. We have to put like, it's got a very, it's eco-friendly, it's not harmful in any way. It's like a preservative to stop it, basically we don't want it packed hard because it goes rock hard when it's dry, okay? I haven't got a dry one here with me actually. But it goes rock hard. So to save space when we're shipping it, we want it soft so it squashes down, okay? So it's actually wet when you get it, but it's like a cosmetic preservative that they put into cosmetic
so
things.
just rinse that under
Just
the tap.
rinse it, just to get rid of it. And basically, really, you can use it either hard if you want to scrub something off, but what you want is you don't want it necessarily soaking wet, which that one is. What you want is it works best almost when you just have it like a bit damp.
Oh, yeah, just a bit damp, yeah.
Yeah, because you know, I can wring this out. Look, if I show you, this holds 7, you can't see.
Hang on, let's get that from the front as well. Can we see that from the front, Chris? There you go, look. We
holds.
need a drip cam there, didn't we?
Look, let me show you. I've got 2 sponges. In fact, look, a spongy and a cloth. These hold 7 times their own weight in water, look.
Good gosh.
Now, the point about that is, look, it's not dripping.
No.
There is no drips until you actually squeeze it, and then you see how much water's coming out of that.
Okay, that's the moment that I pick up the phone at home.
Now,
That's just fab.
Now, that, because of that, it's great around the house.
Yes.
But that's a byproduct. So, look, this is why you need it. All I'm going to do, if you use stencils, you need this in your life because that has completely cleaned that stencil in one. And it's
Is
got,
it down to the ridges?
it's the absorption. It's a special material that is just so absorbent that everything just gets sucked up. The ridges are great for, it does help, and they're good for removing, you know, like for scrubbing, really. I mean, it's great as a damp duster around the house. I have one in every room. All my family have got ones in their kitchens. They come round and they're like, I need another spongy.
20% of the stock has already gone in. I said of both options, the cloth and the spongy, but also, I will be honest, since I've done that, the board has got fuller, so it's going to be more than that at the moment. Obviously, it retains the colour in the sponge. Do we need to clean that out? Do we run it under the tap?
Just run it under the tap. You can, now on the packaging, when I first got this, I was kind of like, I need to tell them not to bleach it.
Okay,
the factory who make it for me said, no bleach, no chemicals. I've put bleach all over mine. My mother-in-law, she bleaches hers like every couple of days. I mean, I'm not a, you know, mine, look at the state of mine. Don't worry about it. That's what it's there for.
It's still usable.
You are going to, it's only stain. I use it as a paint. When I've been painting, we had an MDF show earlier, when I was painting everything, I literally use it to absorb. I go like this on it, I clean my brushes on it, I do everything. It's on the side of the bathroom sink, so I can clean the sink every day. It's on the side of the kitchen sink. You can put it in the washing machine. Just don't put fabric softener on it, like you wouldn't with anything like this. But it's your best friend. It's, like I say, don't have it, I mean, you can have it really wet, but just, you know, I have it on the side. Look how much water's still coming out of that. And I prefer it when it's almost dry, to be honest. And with your stencil, when you do it like that, it literally dries really, really fast. So that's pretty much nearly dry already, and I can put it away immediately. But it's for cleaning down your surface and just keeping everything clean. Now, the other thing...
a good bit of kit. People multi-ordering this. Val, Susan, Beverly, Rebecca, Christine, Jackie, you are all in. 30% of our stock has gone on both the cleaning sponge, the spongy sponge, which I do think sounds like a wrapper. It gives me kind of like Flavor Flav vibes, like spongy sponge. Also on the cloth as well. That is proving to be very, very busy. About 30% gone on the stock there as well.
And the reason I got the cloth is because it's more pliable. So, you know, you can get into like little gaps. Like here, I've got 4 of those little mini stamps and clean your stamps with it. It's amazing for cleaning your stamps. I never had clean stamps until I got these because I couldn't be bothered because everything was too wet all the time. Even using, you know, a stamp cleaner, I found that it was then too wet. When I've done these, feel them, they're dry.
They are.
And you can immediately put them back on your sheets.
40% of the stock is gone. We need to move on, Nikki, because there's lots to
that's
show,
a big
but literally
stock.
spongy sponge
Wow.
in the house. You need it. Right, next up for you, Priscilla. Priscilla, queen of the crafting. That's what this is. Now, what is Priscilla all about? It looks like something you play air hockey with. It's not. I love a game. I love a game of air hockey. So what's the Priscilla for?
So this is about giving you a bit of extra strength when you're stamping.
Okay.
Or anything else where you might need a bit of assistance. So, you know, probably everyone knows now because I never stop going on about it. I broke my wrist in November 2023 and badly, and I've had surgery, I've got metal plates in it and everything now, and during that time I just had zero, you know, I couldn't press on anything.
No energy.
Basically, you know,
No strength.
Yeah, no strength. So the Priscilla just basically means that when you're stamping, let me just do it on here.
And you named it, didn't you?
I did,
Oh,
yeah.
so you can
Well, we were
tell,
trying to
can't you?
think of Priscilla Presley.
Oh my gosh, I love
Priscilla.
that.
Priscilla Presley.
That's brilliant. I automatically thought Priscilla, queen of the crafting. as in Priscilla,
Well,
queen of the desert,
yeah, it might
but-
have been. But no, it kind of came about because of like
no,
press.
you pressed Priscilla Presley, that's
Priscilla.
brilliant.
Yeah, Priscilla. So we call it Priscilla Presley. So look, what it means is, even on a stamp platform, I struggle to you still have to press down.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there are a lot of people out there that
If
do
you're a
not
little
have that
challenged with your dexterity, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm one of them. So it comes about, you know, like, look, it's not stamped very well at all. So, you know, it's basically, if I come back in with a bit of ink, you know, and you don't have to just use it on your stamp platform, but all you've got to do is you just gently rub over it. You don't have to exert any pressure. So look, I can do it like this. So you might have issues with your fingers. And, you know, I've had so many messages from people saying exactly that they can't maybe bend their fingers, so you can even do it just in the ball of your hand like that. And it doesn't matter how much pressure you put down, because you can kind of go back and do it again. So let me just go back over again. We'll do it from scratch because I've done that one twice.
We are very busy for Priscilla. She's a popular girl.
So
Tracy, Carrie, Virginia, Margaret, Alison's gone for 2.
So, you know, it's up to you how much pressure you can put down. But look, if you don't have pressure in one wrist, but your fingers are okay, look, you can glide it around.
You are giving me crafty Ouija
It's
board
just,
vibes.
yeah,
right?
yeah, sorry. Yeah, better stop that. But also, it
Is there a
works.
director here?
Yeah, no, let's
beginning
not
with
go there.
C?
No, we don't need any of that, Nigel. So look, we've got a sentiment here. There's nothing worse than stamping your sentiments and they don't come out, because they tend to be maybe the last thing you put on your card and you could ruin it. So, you know, let's see. So let me see, this is a block that I'm using, and I'm pressing down on that quite hard, but I've still not got the strength in my wrists. And do you know what? That's also from years of colouring.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
Because I actually, it gave me RSI.
Well,
in
I
my
would say it's
wrists.
that repetition, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Now, it's
For
come
me,
out, but...
the Priscilla is your safety blanket to
It
make
is.
sure that you do get a good impression time after time after time.
Yeah, and it's just about, to be honest, I used to never used to use a stamping press because I found I couldn't press it hard enough. Now, and I always used to use acrylic blocks. Now, I had to borrow this off Dawn because I didn't bring mine with me because I don't really use them anymore. But look, you can still use it on your block as well. So, you know, use it for anything. But there's all sorts of things you could use this for. It's not just for stamping and crafting. Anywhere where you need to add a bit of pressure to something. And there's all sorts of different things.
If I know there's lovely people out there as well, that probably be getting really crafty with this, like adding sandpaper to the bottom and using it as like a, you know, to rough things up and stuff.
That's a bit clever.
Well, I'll be honest, it was Chris, our director's idea, so I will give him the credit of that. But
That's a
I
good
do think that's a great idea.
It is a good idea, yeah.
There you go. Right, we need to move on because we're nearly halfway through the show.
Man.
How has that actually happened?
I don't know.
So if you do want to go for your Priscilla, then please grab that. 20% gone on Priscilla. Also, how are we doing on our wands? Because the wands, half the stock has gone on the wands now. So if you do want to go for the wands, when they're gone for the moment. So if you want to get your wand whilst we still have it, before it disappears.
Oh, that was a big stock.
Before it disappears, then grab it now. $8.99 is your price. Message from Jane about these. I love this idea. I have my dies on magnetic sheets and I'm forever having to use the poker tool to get them off.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
This is what you need, Jen.
That is what you need. Right, let's talk stamps for you. We have got our cute critters, and these certainly are cute critters. Let's have a look at these on the overhead, Nikki, shall we? You have got 4 fabulous sets here. Tell me about the cute critters.
Okay, this is another mega deal.
Yes, it is.
It's another mega deal. So these should normally be $11.99, first of all. So that's all I'm saying.
So, okay. So let's get the price down. 47 it should have been. It's $13.99. How much are they each?
$11.99.
Okay, so $11.99, and then basically $11.99. So you're paying 66p, 66p, 66p for the other 3. That is just ridiculous. As it says in big, well, I love it when we put a screamer on our details here, an exclamation mark. Look, over 70% off. That's what you've got for your mega deal. We are shouting about this. The board is filling up already. Dawn, Tina, Virginia, Deborah, Alison, Sharon, you're all coming through. Rebecca. These are, I mean, I know they're called cute critters, but oh my gosh, they do live up to their name.
They're cute, aren't they? They're adorable. So we've got Woof You, which is our dog. Now, you're getting 16 stamps in there. They're a lot bigger than the packaging there. But I like that I've given you the inspiration for colouring these. And he can just be, they're not any breed. You know, actually, I lie, there is a little breed. Like,
Nikki,
what's that?
60% is gone. We may need to go a little faster.
Okay,
sorry.
So look, this is the size. So they're a really nice size. So you've got sentiments in here from all of us. Woof you, so glad I found a friend like you. You've got the cat, which is a little goldfish bowl.
Watch that glare.
Meow, you doing? Sorry.
That's all right.
We've got. Hope you're having a giraffe.
Limited stock.
A laugh. Okay. We've got nuts about you, sweet. So this is really cute for autumn, but all year round. This one is sending you a little lift and hoping your special day is spot on. So you've got nice, cute sentiments, but not really gushy or too...
they're just fun.
Yeah, they're
And they're kind of
lovely.
like for every age as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
We are over-allocating. We do have them all individually. Are they $11.99 individually? They're $4.99 individually, so we do have a reduction on the individuals as well, but... Obviously, it's not $4.99 times 4 if you go for the bundle. The mega deal to end all mega deals. Well, it's just another mega deal from our Nikki. She delivers all the time. Literally nearly gone on that one. We've got more people demanding it than we actually have stock of. You need to check out accordingly. If you would like to go for that one, DQ3875. Nikki, we'll move to Happy Spring. That's this one, isn't it?
Okay.
Let's move on to another great deal for us here. Take us through what we have here.
Okay, so this is actually our new release. So this is our latest release. We only released this, 3 weeks ago when we were last here?
Yeah, very recently, yeah.
So the whole point about these stamps and dies is that you're getting this lovely, sketchy kind of look. Now, again, these are much, much bigger than they actually are in the packaging. So when I designed this, so you've got stamps, you've got dies that are going to cut your stamps out, so you've got all your outline dies. You've also got our switchable stencils, which you may not have seen before. These are quite innovative. So they give you a stencil and a mask in one. So it's not just one stencil. You're actually getting a stencil for the kind of background, if you like, with the blocks. And then you also get inside patterns. So you actually, it's like a 7-in-1,
You've
really.
got choices galore.
You do, yeah. It's very technique-y, and you're going to love this. And then we've also got our flower trellis circle stencil as well, which is just gorgeous. If you colour this in like really pale colours, it looks like this. It's beautiful.
Couple of things. We don't have the biggest stock on this one as a bundle. We do have them individually. Half the stock of this bundle is gone. We will get a sellout on this. And by the way, the cute critters sold out and gone. Sold out and gone on the cute
Right,
critters.
oh my
I love that.
goodness.
Did you see Nikki's mouth? Literally, it's like, what? My product's being popular? How dare they? My word, yes, indeed. We are going to have sellouts, quite frankly. Just check, can I just ask back on the Mother's Day one as well, Taz? How's that doing? We would. Was that sold out as well? We thought that would go. Yeah, we're having sellouts across the board.
Well, I'm pleased because we did that. We like to do like
Yes.
a special deal every time we come. So, you know, that's what they are.
So these all work together then. So the stamps and the dies are
Yeah.
perfectly sized to go with each other.
They are, yeah. Let me just grab so you can see what you're actually getting. So, excuse my dirty stamps. So you can see that you've got some big stamps in here, you've got some smaller ones, you've got your Happy Spring sentiments, again, separated like we always try and do so that you can use them for lots of things. Let me show you what you're going to end up with. 'Cause
I love the fact when everything's separate because you're not sort of like compartmentalised and saying that you have to use
yeah,
together.
I always try not to dictate, and we were talking about that earlier on today. So look at these gorgeous flowers that you're going to be able to cut out. Now, we're calling it Happy Spring. It's not. It's all year round. You know, you've got little butterflies here, and, you know, there's a lot. How many? 12 stamps, but you actually get 12 dies. Sometimes you don't always get the sentiment dies, but you're going to get those in here. Now,
I love the way it's drawn as well. It's like that sort of unbroken
sketchy.
line,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's
just
very
lovely.
arty. This look is really, really on trend in home
Oh,
decor and in
gorgeous.
pattern making.
How
Now-
good is that? Just a smudge of colour over the top.
Yeah, well, we're going to show you in a minute how you can do a smudge of colour. We're making this so easy. So basically, we've got our minimal art stencils that are going to come up next, I think. And basically, the whole thing was designed together. So I wanted to be, I'm seeing this everywhere in pattern making. So fabrics, wallpaper, out in home decor. And very often, they steal the trends from us as crafters. And they're usually like 2 or 3 years behind.
It's
You know, like
true.
they started doing owl fabrics when I'd been doing them for 3 years.
Yeah.
This time, I'm stealing a trend from them. So this is kind of what I'm seeing as a designer. Now, this look is like minimal art. So we did look it up last time, but I can't remember his name. There was a guy that did it, very famous. This is the look you're going to be able to achieve. And what it means is you no longer have to spend time colouring in all your stamps. And the stencils will open up a whole new avenue of crafting because the stencils you're going to be able to use on every other stamp that you've got. And not
Yes.
just flowers, on all sorts of different things as well. But this is the look that you're going to get. So this is the Happy Spring. I think it's Happy Spring.
Yes, it's Happy Spring, yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I haven't
it's the
written
Happy
on
Spring
there.
collection that we're doing at the moment.
Yeah, but anyway, that's the look that you're going to get in terms of the actual stamps. Now, the way that we get that look, can I move on to the stencil?
Yes, of course you can. We've got the stencils as well. Oh, that's the ones there, Nikki, isn't it? No, yeah, is that right?
It's that one on the
That one in the corner.
end.
There you go. Fabulous. These are your stencils. We've got so many piles over there. These are your stencils, which is good. These are your stencils that we have for you. So you are going to get those 2 stencils. We saw these are the ones that Nikki cleaned up earlier with the spongy. I just love these because it gives that smudge of colour. This gives me almost like there's Quentin Blake, the illustrator. Very sort of like does that sort of like you like your Roald Dahl books and things like that.
Yes.
That kind of like imagery.
Yeah, it's just,
That's
and
what
a
it
lot of
reminds me
artists
Yeah.
do that. It's quite a contemporary look, and in a way, it's like a bit of a lazy way to colour, you know, as an artist. So that's kind of what I wanted to bring to show people at home that you don't have to be an amazing colourist. So basically, you've seen what they do. This is what you can actually achieve. So you get 2 stencils in the minimal art set. Now, I've done these in multicolour. So you can see they're just like blobs, really. They work together, so you can use any of these, and you can use them in combination as well. Now, depending on what colours you use, depends on what look you get. When I first started playing around with these, I thought, oh, when I designed these, didn't even think about the fact that they could be animal print as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, you can see here, once you start combining, and there's no right or wrong. There is a design in the shapes. So the shapes have been...
Show these as well, because these are fabulous.
Yeah. So, look, so here we've just got, like, in a really pale grey, which I think is I can't remember the name, Lost Shadow, I think, Distressing. So great for backgrounds, but look at these again in an orangey colour to tone in. So Christine's coloured her stamps in because they were simple anyway. But then look at this one. This one is fab. So, you know, this is a real clean and simple look, but I love this look. And who made this? Rachel, I thought so. So she just stamped and embossed in a glitter embossing powder and then just done a combination. That is such a simple card to make, but it's ultra modern. So if you're selling your cards at craft fairs and things, and very often it's mums and, you know, maybe younger people that come in, this is the kind of look those people go for. It's that kind of younger...
It's a very cool look, but it works for all ages, doesn't it? I agree.
Yeah, and then in that set as well, just to touch on the switchable stencils, this is how they work. So basically, you're going to get your main stencil, which enables you to mask off your border, so it creates like a mosaic. Now, you don't have to use...
these come as part of the duo that we've got on screen at the moment?
Oh, sorry, I'm doing it as the bundle.
Okay, sorry. So the...
Sorry, I thought we were on the bundle.
That one comes to... Is it that one there, Nikki? Or that one?
That one in your hand.
This one, right?
Sorry, no, I think we've... Hang on. No, that's the other one.
Okay.
On Happy Spring. Here, sorry.
We buried it in our boards, haven't we?
Sorry.
Okay, so we'll go back to the initial bundle for you. So if you want to go for this one, it's the one with the stencils in as well. And then the dies and the stamps that all go together, which was very busy. So it's probably a good idea going back to that. So you get all of these. So this is included as well.
It
What
is,
does this
yeah.
do, Nikki?
So we're going to create the mask. So you basically... Let me pull mine out, and then I can show you properly what you're going to get. Where are we? Okay. So you've got a different switchable in each set, okay? That's because we've got the other set coming up shortly. So basically, you're going to receive it like this. So that's what you're going to get. Now, all of these pop out. So they're just held in little tabs. You want to remove all those, just snip them out with a little pair of scissors. You're then going to end up with this. So with this enables us then to mask off this area. Now, this kind of like a postage stamp look is quite trendy in crafting right now. So if that, you know, you might have dies that are similar to this, but it's to kind of give you a different look. Now, I've done multicolours here. You could do it all in one colour. It's completely up to you. And then what you're going to do with all your patterns that pop out, you can then come in and you can actually stencil into these shapes. You don't have to stick to there. That one would fit in there. You can do it in there. But you've got a different one. There's a couple of little tiny ones where we haven't done it because it was a bit difficult. The pattern was too small.
But you can still pick out a section of the larger one,
Yeah.
of that small area.
Yeah, but then this is the look that you can then achieve. So it's up to you, again, not dictating what you know, a stencil is pretty much usually just a pattern. This time round, you've got like 7 patterns in here, and it's up to you where you put the pattern. So again, it's about giving you the freedom in your crafting, and then just to show you what that then translates into when you make a card. Look at this, look how lovely it is. So you can actually kind of colour block in a different way. And also, by having this as a mask, what we can do is actually stamp into that as well. So it creates, you know, I can just stamp over that, and then you can either do your stenciling first or stamping first. It's up to you which way you do it. But it's creating a layout for your card.
And that just the end result is just incredible. I should show some samples if I may as well, because they are so fabulous. These would be sort of like a variety of things that you've seen on the show already, but with this particular bundle, you can see here using those stencils in the background there.
Yeah, we're on the wrong. They're the wrong bundle, Nigel.
And but that's
Oh yeah.
That's the one from there, isn't
that's the flower trellis one.
Which one do I want to go
That
for?
one, that pile the pile
That
you're
one.
pointing at.
Ah, do
Sorry.
you know what? I had two choices and I got the wrong one.
Sorry.
Sorry, Nikki. There you go. There's so many samples. I'm determined to show them all because
know,
they're
we've got
just
lots.
gorgeous.
Yeah, so just fabulous way to do it, and that's a sketch of flowers. You don't have to use them this way. You can just use them as normal, everyday stamps.
Oh, that's
But look at
gorgeous.
this. So this is a great example because this is exactly how I designed them to be used. And again here, so you don't. I would say you can either go really bold or you can go quite subtle.
See, that I just think it's what I call a John Lewis card. You know, when you used to
Yes.
go to John Lewis to buy a card, it'd be like $4.99 for a card.
Yeah.
You'd be like, why have I bought it? Because it's pretty and gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's just stunning.
Yeah, so using the pattern in the background. Again, we've got little bits of the pattern here. Actually, that's from the other set.
Well, we show that one as well.
Yeah.
This is
I think
quite,
they're in the
the
wrong
phone
pile.
lines are so busy. I'm not surprised.
So
this is
again, you've
giving
got the
such
roses,
inspiration.
just that little touch of red roses. Like, look at that. That's gorgeous. So all we've done is repeat stamped in wreaths, and a lot of the design team have done this. So I know that it worked. They did exactly what I wanted them to do when I designed it. And then just, it's such a quick card to make. So if you are selling your cards, because don't forget you can make and sell anything that you make.
So
with our
complete
products.
angel policy.
Complete 100%.
We are over allocating on this one. Let's get the names on the board for you. We are over allocating on this one. So the following people, you need to check out your baskets. I'm looking at you. Patricia in Bristol, Crafter in Gloucestershire, Sharon in Kent, Shobner in Greater London, Tony with an I in Nottinghamshire, Beverly, you need to check out as well. Congratulations to you all coming through for that. Right, just quickly, I want to talk about this. This is our Easy Crease tool. Is our Easy Crease tool? Is it that one?
It is.
That lovely. I have to make sure I
Yeah.
pick up the right one. This is your easily lift and peel off double-sided tape tool. This is your paper creaser tool. It's so many things in one. Nikki, tell us why this is so popular, because lots of people are going for this already.
Because, again, it solves a problem. So, another problem I had, I've told you about my bad nails. I'm sorry,
Yes.
everyone, but it is a recurring theme for me, I'm afraid.
It's Wheelerston's too. Wheel, how often do you get your nails done?
What?
How often do you get your nails done?
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, you were right.
Yeah,
We were
thought
just
it
saying, because we've got the wands on this show, which are manicure friendly for when you're picking up dies. How many times have you chipped a nail from picking up dies and things? Loads. There you go. Dawn's coming up with a fabulous Sweet Factory. Loving that. Who else but the delicious Dawn in the Sweet Factory at 8 o'clock on a Saturday night?
Okay, so this tool has 2 or 3 different purposes. Well, 2 main purposes, really. So the first one is that it's actually to help you remove your adhesive tapes, okay? So I've got, look, that sticks to everything. So look, I'm really pushing that down. I've got my 3D foam. Where's my
There it
creaser?
is, yep.
Okay, so on this is made out of silicone, and it's got a little bend in it. Now, this doubles up, so basically we're going to on this end, you've got all these like little plastic hard nodules. And then it's got this lovely sort of S-shaped bend in it. That is the creasing end. So it's like a bone folder basically
I love
on
this.
that end.
It does sort of bend with you a bit. Now, if we just we'll make sure our Michaela's in close on this so we can see this, because this is fab. Yeah, we're ready to go.
Okay, so what you're going to do, you don't have to press hard. What you do is you literally
Bingo.
pass that over the end of your tape
Bingo.
and lift it off.
Love that.
No more messing around with your fingernails yet again. Now, you don't need to, don't press down, because you will actually, these nodules are hard. If you press too hard, you'll
put
put
your card,
indentations, yeah. So it'll work on red tape. I mean, this is the worst in the world to get off red tape.
I'd be on the phones now after seeing that demo, quite
Yeah,
frankly. The people are Crafter, Patricia. 2 different Patricians. Gwen, I'm not just repeating names. Gwendolyn, Christine, Alison, Jeanette, you're all in.
Now, the other thing is, how many times can you not find the end of your tape? Okay?
This is making me smile because
Look.
you know what? That's one of the worst things in life.
Just run it around the reel, and you find the tape. Look,
How
I've got
many
here.
minutes straying
I
into
know.
probably hours have we lost trying to find the end
Especially
of
if
tape?
you're short-sighted and you're like,
Yeah.
I mean, my husband is. It's like, But look, you can just find the end of your tape. It'll also work on your 3D foam as well. Now, this one is particularly, I have to say, this is an easy release one. But even so, look, it just finds the edges. So that's all you're doing. It's not going to lift it off for
No,
you.
but it's
it
giving
just
you the
finds
start,
that
isn't it? Yeah.
edge so that you can, start working with it. And it just, again, dexterity, if you're not that great. Now, an added bonus for me, the way that I use it, I do that, and then I actually use the end just to pull that back. So then normally I would have gone to my pokey tool and we've done that with my pokey tool.
You don't need
but
to.
I don't need
Double-ended joy
to.
with this one.
And also what I like as well is that it's a burnisher and it's the creaser. So let me just show you that again.
30% of the stock of this particular tool has gone. Muriel, you are in. Elizabeth, you're in. Jane, Shelley, Carol, you're all there.
Everything we sort of do tool-wise, we try and make it multi-purpose. It's not just one thing. So look, there's nothing worse than your red tape, although it's really super sticky. If you don't burnish it down, it often doesn't stay. You go to press it down, it lifts off. And because it's so strong, it lifts the surface of your card off as well. So look, I'm just gentle, and there you go. But the other, as I say, the other great thing about it is that you can actually use it as a creasing tool as well. So it's just, it's a 3-in-1 tool that replaces kind of, well, you've got a new tool that you didn't have before.
Yeah.
It replaces your bone folder and it kind of replaces your creaser as well by having the little point. And the other thing that I use it for as well, wasn't designed this way, but if you've got a scoring board, you can actually, and if you've got a lot of people don't know you can do this, but most cutters, trimmers, have, if
Have a
you've
gap
got
in the ruler,
this, has a gap, and look, you can just crease down there like that, and it creases, because it's got a point on the end, it creases, and then you can score as well.
I never thought
So
of
it's
that.
just a multi-tool, and it's just fab, and that's why it's so popular. Again, back in stock. Can't keep this one in stock.
Well, the same is happening tonight. It's going to disappear. Christine in Dorset's gone for 2. Elaine in West Yorkshire, you're there. Karen in Lincolnshire as well. 40% of our stock has now gone. Don't forget, 3 ways to order. Best way is to go to the website. Take advantage of our Cat P&P of $4.95 because lots of the tools, lots of the fabulous items on Nikki's show go beautifully together as ever. So if you do want to shop, you can do that on the phone lines. You can do it via the app, or you can do it via the website. The website, of course, is Michaela, or the W is what? HobbyMaker.com, that is the one. Right, should we do our Hello Sketchy stamps and dies for you as well? And stencils, this one, isn't it?
I can't keep up, Nigel. We've got
I know there's so
much.
many.
I know.
It's your product. It's like mine.
I didn't realise we had this much.
I'm loving it all.
Yeah.
You put the order together, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
It's good. You bring
Yeah,
us
but
lots.
in my brain it works, and then when
Well-
we get here, it's like we never have enough
All I'm
time.
going to say is we are having a very busy show.
Oh.
So something is working, quite frankly. Let's dive on into this then. So let's show what you got here and what you can do with it then, Nikki.
Losing everything.
Why- do you
Okay.
want to go pick that
no,
up for
no,
you?
it's all
You
right.
sure?
Yeah, it's fine. Look at the time
I know.
already. No demos.
I know.
Okay, so we have the Hello Sketchy stamp set. So a similar format as before, we've just got a slightly different bundle. So you've got your Hello stamps, which again, nice big size. So this is an A5 stamp set, 6x8 A5. These are normally, I think it's $15.99 just for this set, which is a good price on its own, but the deals that we've got tonight are ridiculous. So again, really nice size stamps. These are like, this one is a good 3-inch stamp set. So it can be used on its own, or you can multi-stamp it. You can create florals, you can create wreaths. Again, you've got the outline dies to go with it, a full set. So the whole entire stamp set has its outline dies. And the really good thing about our dies is when I design these, I try and make them fit close. I don't like when you have a really big border around a stamp and it's being cut. So I try and make them close, but they're not so close that they're
they
hard.
cut into the design.
Well, also, it's hard for you to match the die up
Yes.
properly. So, there's a lot of thought goes in. And as always, you can see how jam-packed our stamps are. I spend almost as much time making things fit so that I have gaps than I do actually designing the stamps sometimes.
Well, that's great because it means you're giving value for money
Chris
as well.
goes mad. He
isn't
says,
it?
you don't need to do that. You could do it much quicker. And I'm like, no, 'cause I need to get it's the Yorkshire in me, I think. And then we've got the botanical foliage dies. Now, this little die set is gorgeous. So this, again, talking about worker stamps, this is going to work hard for you. It's going to be one of those little sets you'll have on your desk and you'll just go back to time and time again. Again, a lot bigger than you think. This is going to work as well with the window stamp set, die set that we've got coming up, but really lovely. So you're going to get 5 dies in there as well. Then we've got the switchable circles. So to go back to the switchables, as I showed you with the squares earlier, it's the same principle. So on your switchables, let me just show you again what's going to happen. I think I've got some, I've got 2 there. So this is your actual stencil. So these are the patterns that you've got coming in. Okay, if you've got some little bits left in there, just pop them out. You don't have, these are tiny, so we can't do patterns that are going to fit in there. It's just not going to work. But you can then pop these out, okay, and you're going to end up with your patterns like this. So that one goes, that's from there. I've lost one, look there, so just be careful. And these are all just, again, you could use that one on that circle, you could use it on there, because you could just do a little bit. So they're all interchangeable again. Now, what that means is when we use this section, again, wrong way around. When we use this section, we're using this as a mask to create this background area. So we're masking off that background. So I like that. It's a bit like, reminds me of like an astral kind of thing.
Yes,
so
absolutely, very planetary.
We had the eclipse, didn't we? I didn't
we
see
did.
it today, did you?
I know, I was too busy coming in here.
There was nothing there. I think they were lying. But, but then to translate that into what you would do with it, again here, we've now stenciled into it with the patterns. So just literally coming in, so we'd have that on there, ink through to get your background on your pink, and then I come in, lay down my pattern, and then just literally ink over that. And you've got all your different patterns. You can, and the joy of that is that you can either have it upside down if you want, you could do this the other way around. That almost looks like fish. And then this is an example card. So again, stamping into the apertures. So this is where the mask part of it comes in. So I actually stamped into these and then stenciled over the top. Or you can do it the other way around if you want. It's completely up to you. But they're so useful, so versatile. They're a bit addictive. When you start, it's one of those things you keep going and going and going.
Well, we can see from the samples. Do you have a design team?
Yes.
So I say your design team have obviously loved
Yeah,
this,
they do love them, yeah.
I'm aware we've not done any demos, which is a crime. So
I know,
I'll tell you what
sorry.
we'll do is I'm going to share some samples. Do you want to get yourself ready for a little bit of something? And I'm
Yeah.
going to keep interjecting with the tools and stuff because everything is going a bit crazy on the phone lines. But let's look at some samples whilst Nikki gets herself ready because it would be a crime not to have some inspiration from the fabulous Nikki while she is here. So you can see using the stencils, using the dies and the stamps in conjunction with each other. It is a complete angel policy, so you can literally make what you like. But all of these are just beautiful. There is something very, very stylish about each and every one of these, and that's what I love about them, the fact that you can make the most incredible things. I mean, things like this as well, using embellishments, using, extra sort of like 3D, embellishments for your cards or whatever, building it up. But here, just using that colour in the background, using the stencils to create, that smudge of colour, that design of colour, with the stamps, the beautiful sort of like linography, I don't even know if that's a word, of the actual stamps, the sketchiness of the stamps. It just works beautifully together, doesn't it? I mean, that's just stunning. I mean, there's that lovely design that we saw with the stencil just now. Half the stock has now gone on this one. You know that we've had lots of sellouts already on this show. I suspect another one will happen. The other sketchy flower set is about to go. So if you want that one, please be quick. But, Nikki, over to you for a demo. What are you doing, my lovely?
Okay, so I just want to show you how quick and easy it is. And this whole collection was, and having the stencils with the dies, with the stamps, was about showing you how easy it is for you to actually colour without colouring, okay? So I'm going to just use my Distress Oxide. So I've put my switchable circles onto here, and all I'm going to do...
I'm loving this, by the way.
Oh, we had it earlier. I don't know if we've still got... You might have stock on the website.
What's it called?
This is our ink pad and brush holder.
That's so good.
So if I just, so look, you have it's a little MDF kit. You just assemble it together as a base. You just need to glue the base on.
That's so good.
It holds your Distress ink pad. There's a rectangular one as well for the sizes. That's to hold your lid. This is for your little detail brush, and your brush goes in there. and it's to hold up your. It's just
That's
to tidy your desk.
genius. If that, we've probably not got that on this show, but Nikki was on. What time are you on?
3 o'clock. So check out.
3
I think we
p.m.
still
We'll try
have
and find the
some.
details for you if there's any left, but you can check it out on the 3 o'clock show.
Okay. So, well, I did it because I get ink everywhere. It stopped. Look, I'm clean and tidy.
But I love it when you create things. You create them as a crafter for a crafter.
I create them for me, Nigel.
Well, you
That's
are a
the
crafter,
thing.
yeah.
And you know, I do it so that it's things that I want.
You've been
that
crafting
annoy
a wee
me.
while, so you know what works.
Yeah, and you know, if it solves it for me, then it's gonna hopefully solve it for someone else. Now, which set am I meant to be using here?
The one that you're using, the sketchy one.
Okay.
So the Hello Sketchy Flower
Hello.
Stencils, dies
Right,
and
okay.
stencils.
Let's see. Okay. So, luckily Dawn loaned me an acrylic block earlier. So, normally I would do this maybe on my stamp platform, but never mind. It doesn't matter.
Now we've got about
Look, I'm
5 minutes
buried.
left, Nikki.
I'm buried in all. Do you know, when I'm on with you, it's always chaos.
Sorry. Are you blaming me for that?
I can't
Could
really,
be.
can I?
I'm gonna have to watch you next time you're on with Rosie or Shez or Dave and be like, is it equally as chaotic
No.
or is it me?
No, it's me.
Maybe
It's
I
me.
instill the chaos in you.
So look, little circle down there.
I'm quite proud if that is true.
That is true.
That I instilled the chaos in you.
And
I think you came chaotic.
yeah, I did come.
Be honest.
Yeah, I'm
Chaos
very.
is good.
Only in crafting though, it's weird because I'm very organised.
Are you?
Yeah, really organised. Yeah.
But do you think that's because probably, I imagine your brain when you were crafting is like fizzing with ideas and
Yeah, I
fizzing
do
with
get very
potential.
sidetracked.
So I think that probably is what comes out in your words,
Yeah,
your
maybe.
chaotic nature when you craft.
Yeah, and
I mean, I will be honest, it's like the desk is always a mess, but
It is,
she
yeah.
shows,
I
but a
know.
beautiful mess.
I try as well. Do you know what? At the beginning of every show, I kind of think, right, I have everything laid out really
No,
neatly.
don't go changing.
And then, you know, it just doesn't work that way.
Don't go changing.
And-
You do you because you're the only one that can do you.
You know, look, I'm that crafter that dries my block on my trousers,
Do you know what?
and
When in doubt, wipe it.
yeah, wipe
there you
it.
go.
There you go. So,
We've all done it. Or you get your cardy and clean something. It's like,
yeah.
But there are sponges and things out there that
I clean
help
it with
things
the
to clean up
sponge,
instead.
But now I need to dry. I need to come up with a dry, something to dry
Maybe
it
you
off
need
with.
to make a pair of trousers in the spongy material. So that, like, literally, when you are, like, wiping your bits and pieces on your legs or whatever, they're actually doing it on your spongy trousers.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a spongy fashion range to do. What are you wearing? I'm wearing spongy.
Yeah.
It could
Now,
work.
I need to, look, I've finished that card while you were talking.
That's
That's
good.
it. But what I want to just show you,
sorry.
because what I didn't show you before was, look, when we actually die cut, because we didn't even talk about the die cutting aspect of this. But I wanted to do that because, look, that's lovely.
Yeah.
It's,
Simple,
it could
clean,
be whatever
elegant.
size.
Yeah.
You could easily charge £3-4 for that because that's
Easily.
the kind of card people expect to see in a shop. And you know, if you're selling, and I go on about it a lot, but I know there's so many people out there, and even if you're not selling a lot, if you can just get £10 back
Yes,
in a
absolutely.
month, it's still £10 that you're getting
But that's
back.
the joy of having the angel policy. If you're selling cards for charity or to invest in your own crafting habit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just lovely, a lovely way to get money back and to
You
see
see,
the
look.
joy when somebody else buys it.
Yeah, you see, look, we could have done that as well. Now, to do that, all I did was use same stamp. I used the minimal art stencil onto the flowers, a little blob of green here. Now, what I do is I do them like this. So I stamp them all out on a big sheet, get the stencils, just decide. There is a little bit of method in it. And like I said, the stencil does fit things. So this one is designed to fit that butterfly, so there's not too much. But look, you can do 3 colours. I would say I wouldn't go, for me personally, I wouldn't go too mad
No.
and mix too many colours and keep to a colour theme. I find that it works best, so maybe 2 colours. So if you can see here, I've used like a yellow and a green, but the green and the blue are in the same colour family, so
Yes,
it works. But if you have 3 colours from different colour families, it
gonna
starts to
clash.
get a bit busy.
Yeah.
But then, once I've done this, which is a really fast way of working, then I die cut them. Now, I didn't realise this was going to happen.
Just to say, the Hello Sketchy bundle that we've got on the screen now sold out.
Oh, wow.
Now sold out and gone. Nikki, we've nearly got to
Yeah,
cover
can
in a
I just
moment.
explain
Yes,
this
please
one
do.
thing? So once you die cut these, look what happens. These look like they've been watercoloured. Now, that was completely accidental. I didn't know that was going to happen. But they look amazing once the die cut.
Gorgeous.
And even if you've not stamped them and you just use the die cuts, look, you end up with it looking like a watercoloured die cut. So they're just phenomenal. You're just going to get such great results with them.
They are brilliant. They really are. You know I love your stuff. I'm such a fan of what you do.
Thank you.
I just think it's gorgeous. And so do you guys as well. And don't forget as well, because obviously there's dies there. Wouldn't they be awkward to pick up? No, not in Nikki's world. Not when you've got your Easy Lift magnetic wands. Now, how much of the stock of these is left? We had about 50% gone, didn't we? About 40% left now, so about 60% of the stock is gone, in case you couldn't do the maths there. $8.99 is your price on that one if you would like to go for it. These just literally save your manicure. They really do. Also for pins and needles, anything magnetic, they're just a joy to pick things up with. Nikki, when are you back, lovely lady?
We're back towards the end of April. Not sure on the date.
Towards the end of April. Nikki, it is always a joy. Thank you so much. Absolute pleasure as
Thank you,
ever.
everyone. Thanks so much.
We've had a very busy show. I love Nikki. She's fab. Do join Nikki again when she's back next time round. Do join me after the break because the ladies with we're one of the best manicures in the biz because she makes sure that she doesn't break them on dies. The Wheeler Dealer is in the house. Yeah, delicious dawn at the Sweet Factory. I can't wait. See you then.